Abhidhamma subject. Actually, it is a dry and boring subject. Very profound. I agree with it. According to the Buddhist history, when Abhidhamma taught by the Buddha himself, the Buddha never taught Abhidhamma in a human world. That is, maybe Abhidhamma is so profound, so difficult to follow by human knowledge. Therefore, the Buddha chose Tawadesa deity world. But Abhidhamma is great beneficial. To understand Abhidhamma, is great beneficial for practice meditation. Abhidhamma deals with Nama Rupa Pritcheda Jnana, analytical knowledge of mind and matter, and the knowledge of causality, Paccaya Parikha. Whoever wish to practice Vipassana meditation insight must have these two knowledges: analytical knowledge of mind and matter and knowledge of causalities. Without these two knowledges, to practice Vipassana, to increase insight knowledge is impossible. Abhidhamma especially emphasizes on those two knowledges. After learning Abhidhamma, some people's experience before learning Abhidhamma, practice meditation is not meaningful. They have no confidence in practice. After learning Abhidhamma, they can obtain more confidence in practice meditation. That is a great beneficial. There may be question, without knowing Abhidhamma, without learning Abhidhamma, without learning Abhidhamma, it is possible to practice, it is possible or impossible to practice Vipassana meditation? The answer will be possible. But first you must know what is Nama, what is Rupa, what is mind, what is metta. That is Abhidhamma. That is Abhidhamma. Without knowing mind and metta, you cannot establish Vipassana. Because the object of Vipassana is only mind and metta. So how important to understand about mind and matter? Without an object, we cannot walk. We cannot increase Vipassana knowledge. Mind and matter is ultimate reality, Brahmata. That is going beyond the Panyati, Sammuti, Satya, penetrated into ultimate realities. So there, as you know, there are two kinds of meditation practice. First, we must understand these two kinds of meditation practice. First is a Samatha meditation practice. Second is a Vipassana. Some people are confused as what is Samatha and Vipassana. There arose rising controversy, even nowadays. Some believe without a practice Samatha fast, Vipassana impossible. That is one view. Another view is without approaching Samatha, it is possible to practice Vipassana. Two controversies is arising. In that point, first we must understand what is Samatha, what is Vipassana. To clarify this question, Samatha object is mostly Panyati, concept. Vipassana object is reality, ultimate reality. So object is quite different. Samatha's object is Panyati, concept. Vipassana's object is Pramatha, reality. According to it, Samatha practice, Vipassana practice, quite clear. The difference between these two is quite clear. Samatha practice remain only concept. For example, if you practice Metta Bhavana, your mind remain only beings. Beings concept. In ultimate sense, there is no being, only Nama-rupa. But if you penetrate Nama-rupa, that is cannot be Vipassana, that cannot be Metta Bhavana. Must remain only being, concept. Your object must be remain only the being, concept object. That is the Metta Bhavana, Samatha. The same way, other Samatha meditation objects, for example, Anapana, breathe in, breathe out. If you follow the Samatha practice, you must follow just a concept. Breathe in, breathe out. That is a concept. Concept. Don't think the characteristic of air. If you think about the characteristic of air, that is not a Samatha. That will be Vipassana. So only concept. Only concept. Breathe in, breathe out. Where the air dashed, remain in your mind where the pointing, focusing your mind on the point where the air dashed. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. After that, nimitta appeared, such as 2 lines smoke or 2 lines brilliance, and so on. Nimitta appear. That is a nimitta also concept, no reality. You must focus your mind only these nimitta. That is a Samatha practice. What is a Samatha practice goal? What is the ultimate goal? That is a jhana and abhidhamma. Must remain only concept. You can attain the jhana. When you have attained 4th or 5th jhana, you can attain abhidhamma. That is an advantage of jhana practice, Samatha practice. Vipassana, as long as you remain only the concept object, you cannot attain the insight. You must change your object from concept to ultimate realities. What is ultimate reality? That is Nama-rupa. mind and metta. After attainment of jhana, if you wish to change Vipassana, first you focus, point out the object or concept. Then you must direct your mind, you must change your mind to face ultimate realities. For example, practicing the following metta bhavana, you may attain some concentration on the being object, concept object. If you wish to direct your practice to Vipassana, first you must keep up the being object. Then you must focus the mind depending on being object, not being object. You must direct the mind. You must direct the mind which remain on being object. So you move on ultimate realities. That is a changing object. Metta bhavana's on being concept object. If you wish to change Vipassana, you must not remain on that object. You must change your mind to the ultimate reality. That is mind. That mind concerning with the being object. So Vipassana, if you follow Vipassana practice, to understanding Nama-rupa, Nama-rupa is the base knowledge of Abhidhamma. To understanding Abhidhamma, basically to understanding Abhidhamma, it cannot increase Vipassana. If you understand Nama-rupa, if you understand the basic knowledge of Abhidhamma, you can increase your insight knowledge. Abhidhamma clarified that so-called beings are not remain. So-called beings not remain, does not remain. It's referring to, it is an ultimate sin. It is only phenomenon, Nama-rupa. Only Nama-rupa in ultimate sense exist. Beings are just a concept. If you searching for with the knowledge, you cannot find the beings. You can find only Nama-rupa. If you analyze, all type of concept cannot remain. For example, a tree, we call tree. If we analyze, there will not remain tree, because what is a tree? Is a root, is a tree. No, root is just a root, not tree. You see, tree is a unity of many things. There is a root, there is a trunk, there is a branch, there is a leaf, Sometimes there's a flower, there's a fruit. So many things united. If analyzed, there's no tree. There remain only root, only trunk, only branch, only leaf, only flower, only fruit. Where's the tree? Tree is just a concept. In this way, if you analyze everything, if you analyze, it cannot remain. Even our soul, who am I? There's just a Nama-rupa. Even not dealing with the Nama-rupa, we have roughly we have a head, we have a hand, we have other organs. If it's searching for separate, it's analyzed. There's nothing remain to be called I. All together we call I. That is just a concept. Just a concept. So that is a paññatti. Samatha practice remain in paññatti. Cannot go beyond brahmata. That is a samatha practice. Vipassana's object is a reality. What is a reality? It is Nama-rupa, or 5 aggregate, or 12 bases, or 80 elements, or the object of Abhidhamma is dukkha satya, noble truth of suffering. This is dukkha satya. Or the Buddha's named as a dukkha, noble truth of suffering. That is a Vipassana object. So Samatha Vipassana is, according to object, is quite different. In Samatha practice, that is a different. Another different is in Samatha practice, concentration is more important. It is a concentration. It must be strong in Samatha practice. Stronger concentration is necessary. Samadhi is very important in Samatha practice. This samadhi is remaining on concept object. Just a nimitta. If you follow the samatha practice, nimitta is the concept object. Your mind remained with the nimitta, concept object. You can obtain a stronger samadhi. But the Vipassana is quite different from that. Vipassana also necessary samadhi. But the samadhi is not decisive, not ultimate phenomena. Samadhi is just for supporting of knowledge. Knowledge is important. Vipassana must be knowledge. But this knowledge needs help of samadhi. This is samadhi also, you see. This is samadhi, not like samatha samadhi. This is samadhi must be dealing with ultimate realities. Not such a samadhi which is a walk with the concept object, like samatha samadhi. So samatha samadhi, vipassana samadhi also according to object quite different. In Vipassana, if samadhi is so extreme, Panya cannot come, cannot walk. So Vipassana samadhi is should not be over. Should not be over. Samatha samadhi is important. Without a samadhi, we cannot attain jhana and vijnana. When I was in Sri Lanka, 1 month as questioned, dealing with the disappointment. He assumed without the samatha practice, vipassana is impossible. There are sukha vipassana. Pure vipassana practice cannot succeed. Even nowadays, some views in this, some hold such a view. He referred the Buddha's teaching. Samadhi bhikkhave bhaveta samahito yatha bhutam pajanat janati pasati. The Buddha said you must develop the samadhi. If you have a samadhi, you can realize, you can see what is it they really are. You can realize. Referring this sutta, he said, without a samatha practice, vipassana is impossible. He said, I explain to clarify this. You should know the object of samatha, the object of vipassana. Samatha object is concept, panyati. Vipassana object is reality. Object is quite different. Therefore, samadhi also different. Samatha samadhi's object is concept, panyati. Vipassana samadhi's object is reality, pramatha. That is quite different. It is true, whoever practices vipassana, samadhi is necessary. That is true. So vipassana samadhi is quite different from samatha samadhi. Samatha samadhi is dealing with concept object. Vipassana samadhi is dealing with the reality. According to this point, the Buddha said, Samahito yatha bhutam janati pasati means the Buddha referring to vipassana samadhi, not samatha samadhi. Samatha samadhi can be precede, can be supporting, can be help. Samatha samadhi is very helpful to vipassana samadhi. But if you remain samatha samadhi, you cannot follow vipassana. Object must changes, you see. If an object changes, your samadhi is not samatha samadhi. If it change object, this samadhi cannot be samatha samadhi. So, samatha samadhi is just a concept, work with the concept object. Vipassana samadhi is ultimate realities. The Buddha want to say samahito yatha bhutam pajanati means dealing with ultimate reality, the object of ultimate reality. You must have samadhi. You must have samadhi. Without this samadhi, you cannot realize the characteristic of the object. That is the meaning. So, to know such a point, we have to learn. We have learned. Pariyati patipatti means according to our level. We must learn. Without learning, if you just follow practice, for example, without learning how to drive, if you drive, it is dangerous. Must learn. This learning is according to level. For example, if you wish to practice Vipassana meditation, first you learn at least what is Nama, what is Rupa, what is ultimate reality. I myself also experience when I practice Vipassana meditation in Mahasi Center. When I was young, I confused Samatha and Vipassana on those days. Because I want to try to concentrate my mind. I want to focus my only one object. I dislike to jump in other object. Wherever appeared, the meditation construction say, where there is a appear, you must notice, you must note, you must reality. For example, in your body, there's a heat appear, you must notice. When cold appear, you must notice. When each appear, you must notice. That is a jumping, you see, from one object to another object. I dislike. I want to remain only one object. But I don't know that is a Samatha and Vipassana, the nature. So later I understand. Even jumping, that is realizing. If I ignored such things, that is avijja, you see, ignorance. Vipassana technique is must realize what is happening. Samatha practice must remain only one object. That is a Samatha. So I think Samatha is a Vipassana on those days. Later I understand all. Vipassana must be khanika samadhi, you see, momentary. Momentary. Namarupa is just a moment, you see. Cannot remain. Namarupa is just rising, falling. How to remain? It is like, you see, just a moving, changing, even 1 second. Many times it changes. So how to remain? To try to realize it is Vipassana. It's necessary the helping of concentration. Which object arises must concentrate and realize the nature. That is Vipassana. So to understand Vipassana, we must learn what is a concept, what is a reality. Otherwise, if we remain as a object, only if we remain a concept object, concentrate upon it, we may think this is a Vipassana. I also thought in this way. That is not a Vipassana. That is only Samatha, Samadhi.